73. Let me get on to make sure everything's working all good. There we go. Alright, yeah, everything's working. Loading in as my main, the Skull Merchant.
Yeah.
At least my main for now, until they do that shitty rework on her. But think about getting that blade. I'm not sure though. I kind of like to see one that's a different color. But I like the concept of the kind of like, it reminds me of the Mantis blades from Cyberpunk, which is what I like about it. Honestly, a Cyberpunk collab would be really cool. They could do some pretty cool skins for Cyberpunk. But I kind of, I don't know, that really doesn't seem like it's up Behavior's alley though. I doubt they'll do anything like that. You never know. Plus, Cyberpunk kind of didn't do very good on release. Kind of was in a broken state. I think that turned a lot of people off the game, even though it's like really, really good now. The story's always been amazing of it, but I've been working on Prestige 3 and everyone.
Yeah.
At least Prestige 3. That way I have all their perks on unlocked. Queue times have been pretty long. It's been pretty rough. Yay, it's not a Swift. I'm lucky to see that. Seems like all I've been getting lately is Swift. For the most part. Especially today. That last game I played, it's pretty rough there. But I won okay. A lot of people think she's like F tier and that she's the worst kill in the game, but honestly, like, I don't know. She's very tough to like, I think, play properly. I think partially. I've seen a lot of people like play her, like people like Choi and stuff like that. He had his little thing going on recently where he had was comparing her to Trapper and competing against Trapper with her, and you know, she did better than Trapper, but I also think Troy also didn't really play her the most optimal either in some ways too. You know, there's still room for improvement on his end, I think, in playing her, which I don't really blame him for not being perfect at her. I mean, there's little things with little niches with characters that you could do a little better with or something that make them stronger, but you can't expect everybody to know everything. I think she at least can pass in the D tier. I get it, her drones are kind of mostly useless, but they're still useful when they work. Very useful when they work. So I can see why she's considered bottom tier. But I still think she's more useful than Trapper. Maybe Trapper would be stronger if he started off with all of his traps or something, which a lot of people have been wanting to happen. I need to find anything. Oh, there's one. I think that sucks about this map is there's just 50 billion shit to break. Good, she's got a claw trap on her. Not sure how well that perk's gonna work here, but... What? Holy shit, it still works? Even if you remote break it? That's, odd. This girl's good. I don't like how long this chase is going. I might have to drop it. Shouldn't I be bloodlusted by now? What's taking that so long? Fucking shit. Alright. I am getting Jin Rush the shit out of here. This is not good. I think someone else is here. Does she have Wicked or something? Why the fuck would she come down to the basement? I'm not gonna go basement here simply for that stack of pain. Now this one's the problem here. She's good. Good thing is I kind of got a 3-gen going on here. If I play this right, I can still win. Unluckily, one of them's on that thing. Yeah, fuck, D-strike. Not good. Oh well. Fuck. Yeah, rough match. This map's shit too, doesn't help anything either. Fuck, one kill. Oh. Where'd the white go? Who's just here? It's game over. He just went to the other gate. Well, that sucked. That fucking perk there needs nerfed to shit. It's so fucking broken. Sprint burst, yeah, okay, yeah, she was definitely the sweat of their team. Kim Trap, D-Strike, Vigil, Sprint burst, fucking sweaty as shit build. Okay. Yeah. Not much you could do there. Hopefully we get a better map that's not complete dog shit. But we'll see. How many more cakes do I got? 3? Not good. pretty low. Can you activate the Endure and he's stunned 5 times? Then I have to do Survive Game. That's a pretty easy one, it looks like. I could probably get that done in 1 match. When's the new rift open? 22 days. I wonder what it's going to be. This one, that's kind of underwhelming. It's just a bunch of plant shit, season shit. Really kind of underwhelming for me. None of them was really that interesting. The only one that was, I think, was slightly cool was like, you know, this. But even then, like, I think I prefer my, like, roaming kind of skeleton one or my Junji Ito one over this. All console player. And 2 toolboxes and 2 medkits. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens, I guess. Might be a little bit yikes, though. It's definitely not what I like to see. One's run right towards me. I guess he wants to be friendly. Screw it. Why not? It's not often you get friendly games like this. What is he doing? Well, I guess they're not on comms, or else he wouldn't be running right now, I guess. Wait, dude. Where's my head? Well, apparently Skull Merchant is missing her skull herself, I guess. Skullless Merchant. Honestly, they just need a buffer. Like, they don't need a reworker. Her ability's completely fine and cool. They've reworked gens, they've reworked... What do they want? I'm confused on what they want. They want down? But they've nerfed gens, they nerfed perks. Like, what's the point in, you know... They nerfed her in general. What's the point? They need to leave her alone. She's fine as she is. They're body blocking me. I can't get through. Oh, I don't think I can kick it anymore. Screw it, I'll get this guy. I don't think he's part of him. How the hell are you? Oh, I see. She had weaving spiders. Dude, the invocation perks are so cool. I think that's probably one of the coolest perks, like, behavior has added in a long while. I just wish they were, you know, better. Because, like, we got two in the game, right? We have Weaving Spiders, which, honestly, Weaving Spiders is pretty decent. Okay, I can't knock Weaving Spiders too much. It's a pretty decent perk, you know. I don't have a problem with it. But Treacherous Crows is just kind of weak. For what the risk you're taking, it doesn't really offer very much. It just kind of screws you over in the long run. I mean, you got with Treacherous Crows in particular, like, okay, the thing is, right, it's a cool perk because it's a trade-off, right? You're making yourself broken for the entire game, you know, making you be able to be one-shot through the entire game so you could grant some sort of buff to your team, right? But that buff has to be worth it. That effect has to be worth it. And it's just not. Get back. Trying to do slug race here. Stop hailing over there. Slug race. Slug race. Yeah. Okay, I guess these people just don't get it. I think they just need a buffer. Honestly, they just need to, like, maybe make her drones have, like, 2 scans or something. I don't know. Like how they used to, like, that's how she was back in the day at one point in time. That was during the time when I stopped playing the game, so I didn't really see that point in time of her. When I started playing again, she's in the shape she's in right now, so. But I honestly I like her. She's my main, and I like what she's all about. But I do feel like they could buff her in some way. I think for the most part her ability's really good. Maybe make the radius of the scan a little longer and make it 2 scans. like 2 radar things would do her really good. Because right now, like, she is pretty good. Like, she's weak, but very fun. This is the playstyle I like right here. I like the setup system, kind of like, you know, the characters I like are characters like Skull Merchant, Singularity I like, Hag I like a lot. I like these type of killers because I like the setup and then the payoff from that setup. Skull Merchant's really cool because she can hinder people, which is really a lot of fun to do. Is to get hinder. You're manipulating the scan line sometimes where you can help get yourself that hinder effect on people, and it's just a kind of like this cool like manipulation of the stuff you set up. I think it's a lot of fun. You're kind of like, well, you're kind of like playing chess a little bit, which is why they called her like the chess merchant back in the day, because she the 3-gen era, during the 3-gen era. But you know, that was a lot of fun. I didn't play it during the 3-gen era. I was not playing this game when that happened, and I get why that was ridiculous. I get why something needed done, but I heard she got really good there for a while. We were like balancing fine, but people just still didn't want to play her because they were still stuck in the past. And Behavior has said they're going to rework her, and they proposed this fucking god-awful like rework plan preview. It was complete shit. There wasn't like any redemption in it. But yeah, like, you know, it would basically the rework plan would have took away her whole identity. They would have made her another projectile killer. We have what? Trapper's a setup killer. Hag's a setup killer. You have Trapper, Hag, Freddy to an extent is a setup killer a little bit with his pallets, but that's about where it ends with him. But you know, then you have a Singularity, Merchant, and that's where it ends. None of the other ones are setup killers for the killers. Xenomorph gives setup abilities for the survivors, but that doesn't, you know. And then that's it. But when we come down to projectile killers, like, they're not nearly as interesting. Because most of them have the same counterplay. You can't really change up a projectile killer very often, except for a few notable instances like the Plague. But, you know, when we comes down to the projectile killers, we have Huntress, we have Plague, we have Trickster, we have Executioner. Well, would you consider him? I don't know. I mean, he basically fits with the criteria of kind of a projectile, I guess. I don't know. Somewhat, I guess. Depends. Because he's got that long range power ability there. You have Deathslinger. You have Alright, it's a Trickster. Oh, let me just restart. With projectile killers, you got Huntress, Clown, Plague, Artist, Trickster, Unknown, Springtrap, Lich. All of them kind of have that projectile-based attack. And it's just, I don't know. And If you want to count them, you still have Nemesis, Executioner, Xenomorph, whose attack, all are basically kind of the same. Like Dracula with his fire. They're all just kind of the same, and it's just kind of boring. It's not really a playstyle I like. I get why people like them, but you know, there's people that like them. They're just not my playstyle. But it just feels like because they want to keep recycling the same powers, we lacking in characters like the Skull Merchant. Like, just look at this. We, you know, as far as setup trap killers, Singularity was our last one. We have received 8 new killers since then. And out of these 8 killers, we got another similar attack to Nemesis. Or, similar attack to Nemesis, or, you know, other characters like him, like Dracula. Which Dracula is the same type as Xenomorph almost. Dracula is just Xenomorph mixed with Spirit and mixed with Wesker. Then we got Chucky, which is just kind of another dash killer. Unknown, which is a projectile killer. Lich, which has projectiles, but other parts of his kits, like other powers, like you know, map traversal and shit like that, with his fly and ability to block pallets, which is cool and all that. That's unique. I do like unique, is what I like it the most. Which he does have he is pretty unique compared to other killers that've come out. But he's still just, you know, with the Fly of the Damned, he's just got another projectile attack, which is not. I mean, he's better than some. I'd rather play him than I would before I ever play Unknown, but still. Dark Lord's like, you know, character that sends a grab attack with her dog. Okay. Different, unique, nothing really like it, but she's got issues on her own. With her bugs, and she's got a lot going on there. Ghoul, I play a good bit of Ghoul. Like, on the charts, it's my second most played killer, besides Skull Merchant, on the stat checker. And I do enjoy him a lot, but he got wrongfully nerfed like crazy. He's not where he was when, like, they nerfed him bad. He got screwed over pretty hard. But, you know, he's still okay. He's still okay. He's not really much my playstyle either, though. I like him because I love anime, and he's Kaneki. So, that's most of the reason why I even play him at all. That's why he's my second. If he was just like some random character that wasn't Tokyo Ghoul, I would not have invested nearly as many hours as I had into him. Springtrap, well, that's a different end of the spectrum. He's at least Kaneki, at least, you know, it's a plausible power for, you know, it's another dash power, but at the same point in time, it's a plausible power for what you would expect from you know, a chapter revolving around Kaneki. It does really good. I do like what they did with him. Springtrap, on the other hand, is a different story entirely. He's got the stupidest fucking power they could have ever have given him. He's another projectile killer, which, like I've mentioned, doesn't really fit, but really, honestly, with the trend of things, like, we went kind of whip attack, almost like Nemesis, mid-range kind of attack, to dash, to projectile, to projectile, to a mix of killers, but kind of like the whip, mostly with his flames, to unique, to, well, a dash killer again to projectile killer. We have not had any setup killers. Where's our setup killers? Like, they keep recycling the dash slash projectile slash setup, but they're not giving us any project or setup killers like Skull Merchant. We're dealing with a huge lack of that. And, you know, animatronic, you know, everybody, most people had their ideas of what they wanted for a Springtrap and Five Nights at Freddy's chapter, right? And one argument people were making when people complained about how stupid his power is they're like, oh, well, what do you expect them to do? Oh, they can only do so much. Be fucking creative. Give a power that correlates into Five Nights, that links it to Five Nights at Freddy's. Right now, like, he's a random power with a Springtrap skin. If they would have put Springtrap as a skin on Knight, he would have made more sense than throwing a fucking axe. So yeah, in my eyes, this was a very disappointing chapter. The character is fun to play, but it's not really what you want from Springtrap. It's not what you want from a Five Nights at Freddy's chapter. And if you say, well, what could they have done differently? Literally, there's tons of spitball ideas out there that all are way better than throwing an axe. Like, even a fucking fan-made power is better than that. That's fucking shit power. Like, he looks amazing, his animations are amazing, all that's amazing. No problem there. It's just his power that's fucking sucks. Knight would have been... Like, if they took more inspiration from Knight instead of characters like Unknown or Huntress, they would have had a much better killer. Like, I'm not saying make... You know, people hate Knight, and they're like, well, why would they copy Knight? Because people don't like Knight. Well, they could have... Like, the reason people don't like Knight is because it's... His guards can be pretty rough to deal with if you don't know how to counter them. Like, they can be rough to deal with, and they damage you and can down you. And they get you slugged on the ground. That's what makes them annoying. I'm not saying make them like... If I was to make Springtrap and give him a power, I would make him similar to Knight in the fact that he could send out guards... Or to send out phantoms, right? He would send out phantoms, and each phantom would have a different type of status effect. Not damage, but status effect, right? So maybe make them have... you know, like... I'm okay with the doors. The doors and the cams I think are really good, especially the cam part. I mean, Final Fantasy Freddy's 3 doesn't even have doors, but I'm okay with the doors. I don't mind the doors or the cams. It's the axe part that's a problem, and I think they should have done something with the phantoms. They could have made it so, like, the phantoms can... Maybe Phantom Foxy can give hinder. You know, if you get messed with by Foxy, you get the hindered status effect or something for a period of time. You know, it couldn't be too long. You know, I mean, numbers are numbers, and they can adjust it to be balanced. But, or they could have made, you know, the puppet could mess with the cams. I mean, there could have been cool things done there. They definitely dropped the ball. They went very, lazy. Like, and I watched their live stream about it. They sat there and said, oh, we spent countless hours studying up on Five Nights at Freddy's to come up with the power, or to come up with, a good setup for Springtrap. It's like, what fucking research did you do? Where the fuck did you research? Because it doesn't show in the gameplay. Your fucking research sucked. If you thought, what sort of power do people want to see in a Five Nights at Freddy's chapter, and you thought, let's have them throw in an axe. It's just as fucking stupid. You know, and I would have loved this Five Nights at Freddy's chapter in the game, right? You know, it wasn't really what I most #1 hype chapter I ever wanted to come to the game, but I thought it was something I thought would be cool, especially with how awesome of a character Springtrap is. But this, honestly, I haven't really played him. I played him once. I played him like the first couple weeks. Well, not even a couple. I played him like a week and a half after he came out. And then I played him one time after that, and I just don't even play the character anymore. Not only does he not match my playstyle, he just isn't really good. He just kind of sucks. I mean, especially since survivors know when you're going through doors. I don't know why the fuck they thought that was a good idea. Why give a notification on the doors to let survivors know, hey, he's going to be coming here? You know what happens when you do that? You get fucking survivors that have already ran halfway across the map by the time you actually exit the door. They look at the door, they see the screen start glitching, it's like, oh, he's coming. I'm gone. And then you come out the door and there's a gen halfway done and no survivors to chase. Because they've already ran off already. It is such a stupid power. Like, that's one part they messed up heavily on the doors with. Is making it a visual notification whenever he's actually using the doors. He's supposed to be a stealth killer. How do you have a stealth killer, but then let everybody know when he's trying to be stealthy? It totally beats the purpose. It's like, you probably get better stuff out of the unknown. And he talks. What they were thinking, I have no clue. But I don't know what clue. I don't know if Behavior even has a clue what they're thinking anymore. They, like, with that proposed rework to Merchant, to releasing Springtrap with the power he got, I don't even know if they know what they're doing anymore over there. To recycling the same killer power like 4 or 5 times now. It gets a little old. They need something fresh, right? You know, I've played this game for a long time, and I did stop for a while, but I've been in this game since 2017. I've been playing this game. I stopped around, probably 2019, 2020, somewhere around that time. It was roughly around the time the Twins came out, which, if we compare it to what came out between the Twins and that, all these killers are very unique. None of them really have that similar of ability, except maybe Ghostface and Myers, but it's so different in that respect, you can't really say they're the same. All these killers were very unique. And this is like peak Behavior. Right? This era was peak Behavior. Now, towards the end, when they started getting around, maybe around here, maybe. Around Oni range, Deathslinger range, is when they started to kind of get a little weaker. Like, they started making some pretty stupid changes in the game. Well, maybe a little further, maybe Executioner range. But, this was still a really good time for Behavior. I did come back when Trickster came out, but he couldn't keep me around. He was just another projectile killer. I didn't really like his power that much. Throwing knives, which, I can't say it's a bad power or anything like that. He's an original character for 1, for 2. It was way different than Huntress, even though it was still projectile. So I can't say nothing bad about Trickster, really. I'm glad they changed his his blades though. Like when he first came out, whenever you got his blades all charged up and everything like that, what he would do, he would throw one like insta down knife, and that was a pretty stupid power. They did change it to make him better, where he just now goes crazy with the knives. Showstopper, there it is. Yeah, that's what it's called. And Nemesis was original when he came out too. Nothing's bad to say about Nemesis when he came out. I mean, he had a power I didn't like, but, you know, he's original. Things started to get very unoriginal, though, once we started getting around, well, Xenomorph era. Xenomorph, and this is about when we started getting to kind of like the slop. Which, I'm excluding Kaneki. I like Kaneki. But, he is just another dash kill at the end of the day. But he's, like, really cool, and he is different from any other, really. I mean, he's most similar to probably Wesker, most similar to. But, like a Wesker Blight almost. But, you know, he is different, and he is, you know, still really cool. He is different. So I'll exclude him, but... And Lich. These two... these three are unique. He doesn't really offer anything really... unique enough or cool, I don't think. He's just another... I mean, he is different, but... just kind of another dash. Yeah. I think Kaneki's the best color that's been released. Probably since the Skull Merchant, though. Now, the marketing for Unknown was really cool. The Unknown is a creepy character. The marketing was really cool. It actually came back. I stopped playing this game for years, and I actually came back to when the Unknown started coming out because I seen the preview of the character.
Tonight,
and
the world at my feet.
And the character just was fucking awesome. Like, I was like, oh wow, I need to check that out. That looks so creepy and cool. Then, that was until I played them. I think the marketing was good. The marketing was definitely good. And I get it. People can like his power, fine. Good for him. But in my eyes, I think the idea of the Unknown is better than the actual Unknown. The marketing on the Unknown was better than the actual Unknown. Because what we ended up getting was the guy who shoots explosive bouncy balls at people. Not exactly what I call the king of cool powers. Someone text me. Someone texted me from a game. I didn't see it till now because it doesn't give me notifications when people text me. They're like, Skull Merchant has all the cake for no reason. Yeah, kinda. Awesome character though. I like Skull Merchant. She's just great design, cool power, unique, different power. And it fits right into my playstyle. We need more characters like Skull Merchant. Behavior wants to erase this and to make her another projectile killer, which would be fucking stupid and like lame. But we need more killers like this. We need more cool, unique characters with cool, unique powers. We need more setup killers. We're definitely dealing with a lack of setup killers. Singularity was our last one. When did he come out? Let's see here. Hold on, let me look it up. It's in... DVD. 2023, June 13th, 2023. It has been pushing closer to 3, like, it's been 2 to 3 years now. Going on to 3, since we got our last setup killer. That's, not great. But no, I did come back when the Unknown came out, but I only lasted like a week, and then I left the game again. I didn't return till, well, till the second iteration of 2v8. Because me and my brother had been wanting to play 2v8 since like 2017 or something. We always wanted in the game, which we didn't even know there was a first variation. We only heard of the second variation, and so when that happened, I was like, okay, we need to play that. And I've been back since that point, but, you know, I took a pretty long hiatus on this game, besides, like, a few moments that really didn't keep me around, because, you know, killers that seem interesting to me, like Trickster, Unknown, things like that, right? Those characters were design-wise cool to me, but they weren't cool enough to keep me around for a long period of time. So I mostly just quit after, you know, I tested them out. I'm probably going to end this one here, and I'll start up the next one.